Good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. Today is Tuesday, September 20th. It is 1 p.m. I am located in the New York time zone. My name is Ahmed or Bitscape, and today is a very interesting day. Tuesday comes right after Monday. Monday is the open of all of the markets in the U.S. session and pretty much everywhere else around the world. This is when banks open and allow people to trade and move their money. So we're going to see some movement here very, very soon. If not today, then tomorrow, Thursday, we're going to see some movement. We're going to see some news come out, and we're going to see some change in these charts. So if you watched yesterday's video, which I'll put card and link in the description, you'll understand exactly where we are in these charts and exactly how I'm playing this. We took longs down here around the 18.9, 18.7 areas, and we've taken it up. I've taken profits here around 19.6, and I also took a short scalp from 19.6 down to 18.9. So we took it from 19.6 down to 18.9 and took profits there. Completely left the short scalp trade, and we're looking to pick up longs. But this is the only thing. If you guys are looking to trade here, I would be very, 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 very careful. Any long, any short, be very, very careful. And this is why. If we go ahead and we come back and we look at the US dollar came up. Oops. The US dollar came up. Oh my God, this thing's in my way. Came up, rejected back down. Came up, rejected a lower low. Came up, made a lower low, and it wasn't getting a higher steam action. Now that we've coming back up off of this green liquidity zone, we've broken up to a higher high, and we're retesting this blue zone. This blue zone right here is the complete top breakout of the US dollar. If it breaks this, there's nothing really above it to most likely like really stop it. It's just going to be like this parabolic run into US dollar. It's going to shake people out of all other assets. They're going to leave their stocks. They're going to leave their gold and resources. They're going to leave their Bitcoin and their crypto, and they're going to follow the US dollar. You know, so right here we want the US dollar to basically come down and kind of blow off some steam, especially before it runs up and goes anywhere. I'm expecting Bitcoin, if we come back and look at Bitcoin, like I was saying in yesterday's video, I'm expecting Bitcoin to run back up from this lower low here, run back up and give us a higher high to then crash downwards very, very heavily to the downside. I think that they're going to trick the money back into the market one more time to then dump through all of it. And I think that would be like the most logical or the most reasonable way to break down through these key important levels like 17.5, 16K, 18.5 levels. I think in order to get there, we're going to need some more strength. Anything is possible, especially if people are running towards the dollar. Like if the dollar just busts up and breaks out, there's nothing stopping Bitcoin from really dumping. And people are leaving the biggest stocks in the world, and people are leaving gold, which is the biggest, safe reserve asset in the world. When people are leaving gold and exiting gold, Bitcoin is not safe. Ethereum is not safe. Nothing is safe when the dollar is this parabolic. The last time we've seen the dollar this parabolic was, I think, 2001. 9/11 happened in 2008. So you got to understand, from 2001 to 2008, the price of the dollar ran up just like it's running up right now. And we're basically breaking those tops again. So this is a very, very bad time for any type of property, anything that you're holding that is an asset that is claimed to be property, something that is supposed to gain its value, that you're running away from the US dollar. So anything you take your money, your US dollar with, and you purchase is going to start losing value as the US dollar gains value. That's shoes, that is clothing, that is cars, that's real estate, that's going to be cryptocurrency, stocks, bonds, ETFs. Does not matter what it is. When the US dollar is becoming dominant, everything else falls and bows to it. And that's just how it works. Like I said, gold in a very, very terrible point. If I go ahead and I zoom out the gold chart, I'm going to do it on a daily just so you guys can see it. Yeah, gold has basically released this whole entire top zone right here. It is broken underneath this top zone. So this, all of this that gold's been trading since July of 2020, we're now under it as resistance. All of this buying and selling energy is now resistance to us. And this is very, very scary for an asset like gold, something that's a safe reserve that is holding the world currencies up for as long as mankind has existed and have used currencies. So gold is something you really want to watch. The US dollar is something you really want to watch. This thing is a problem. Like when you look at a chart like this, you really don't know when it's going to stop. You don't really have any go or any direction on, hey, when is the US dollar going to, tap out? We don't know when the US dollar is going to tap out, which means we don't know when Bitcoin's bottom is going to be. We don't know when Tesla's bottom is going to be. We don't know where the bottom of the real estate market is going to be, because it's all dependent on how much people are going to value the US dollar as their safe reserve currency. When nobody trusts any other asset and they jump into the US dollar to feed their families, to pay their rent, to pay their employees, to produce products, all your assets are just going to dump. And that's something I really want everyone to be careful with. I think that if you're not watching the DXY or the US dollar chart right now and comparing it to other assets like gold, Bitcoin, the NASDAQ, then you're going to be very, very, very confused and shaken off when Bitcoin or any of these other markets that you're trading goes the opposite way of what you're thinking. Right now, as you can see, it's finding this resistance. It's trying to fight its way up. And this is a very, very strong point where if we get a rejection, this is where Bitcoin can reverse and take itself back up. I do believe Bitcoin has some more room to come back down. I do think it's going to eat more liquidity, a little bit more downwards. As you can see, we got this run up and we're coming back down into it. I do believe we can get all the way down to 18.3, 18.4 again. But I'm betting on 18.7, to be completely honest with you, 18.7, which would be this zone right here, where this is, and right underneath here. I believe that is going to be the best point of picking up my longs and my buys for reversal. I do believe that it can come all the way down to 18.4, and I'm ready for that as well. Though, if it does come back below 18.4 and we make another low, then this is going to get kind of scary. We're going to hit this 17.960, so basically 18K area, and you're gonna see a smack reject back to the upside. So if we see something like this where Bitcoin dumps, right, and then it holds and it dumps and it gives us this new low price, this is going to shake everybody that's in a long out of their trade. It's going to scare them. It's going to cause people to FOMO short here at this 18.3, 18.4 area. And then when Bitcoin builds up its steam and sends it back up, it's going to push all of these shorts out, and then it's going to make everyone that was taking these longs and got scared very, very sad, because they just retracted their trades, or they got liquidated, or they were forced out of their trades. So I want you guys to be very, very, very careful. When you enter a trade, only enter where there's a top or a bottom, a very, very strong confluence of area. You don't want to enter until you see this green zone, until you see this blue zone. You want to enter as close to the bottom as possible. And if it breaks under that bottom, you need to know how to use risk management. This is why I also suggest never using anything over 5x, especially at these prices. Bitcoin's at $18,000. It moves a lot faster than when Bitcoin's at $40,000 or $50,000. This asset will move 10%, 15% in a day, and where Bitcoin before would move 5 to 8% in a day, and that was a dramatic move. So you guys got to be very, very careful with all of these markets at the moment. They're all very low in price, they're all volatile, and they're all moving very, very fast percentage-wise. The number of the asset, the price of the asset doesn't matter. It's the percentage that the asset moves, and we want to make money, and the only way to make money is to play the probability, and you don't want to be stuck on the wrong side of a 10% move. You're going to get hurt, and it's just not going to be fun. So please be very, very careful. Make sure that you're watching multiple markets at the same time. Like, don't just stare at Bitcoin all day and be like, "Oh, I'm gonna trade Bitcoin here." You need to pay attention to things like the US dollar. You need to see, hey, is the US dollar gaining this dominance? Does it want to break back up and break back out? And yes, it does look like it wants to do that right now. It looks like it wants to send itself up, and I mean, there's nothing really more to resist it than 110.76, which isn't that far away, and we could see a jump there very, very, very soon here. And if we do, I just want to forewarn you guys to be very, very careful when you're taking your trades. Use risk management and just watch what's going on, okay? Today is Tuesday, September 20th. It is 1:15 p.m. We're going to go ahead and see how the daily closes today on Bitcoin. Yesterday, the daily closed perfectly. I did take a short off of 19.6K, and I took that down to 18.9K. Very, very successful trade. Nice little scalp. Grabbed some money, got out. And also, I want to remind you guys, do not sit in trades. If you're up in a profit, take the money. If you don't want to leave the trade and you want to hold that position, take 25%. Take half of your trade out. Take profits. Do not walk away not taking profits. People love, releasing their trades in a loss. They'll see themselves in a 30% loss and they'll get scared and they'll leave. But when they see themselves in a 30% win, they get greedy and they want more. Take profits. I usually suggest every 20 to 25% take profits. Do not let the trade slide. Do not allow profits to slip. Right now you can see US dollar is giving this little pump. It's getting this strength right here. And if I go ahead and switch over to Bitcoin, you're going to see Bitcoin dumping down. Yep, Bitcoin's giving us the red and US dollar is giving us the green. Oh yeah. Yes, indeed. Yes, guys, watch this. Watch this. Watch this. This is the most important indicator of everything right here. This US dollar. Watch this. If we go ahead and look at the stock market, yep, red. You go ahead and look at gold, red. It's turning red. It's giving the red candle. And that's all because this is showing its dominance. It's giving us this pump. It's trying to fight back in to this top zone, and that is a risk and that is a threat to every other market on the board. So just be very, very careful, guys. I appreciate you guys for coming out today and watching. I really just wanted to talk about the importance of the dollar and how that's going to affect the other markets. I want you guys to be very, very, very precautious, especially at these points in the chart. The chart looks like dog poop. I believe that I'm going to get a swing back up to 23K area, but that does not mean that it's going to happen. That does not mean that the dollar today or tomorrow or the next day is going to rip up into a new high and Bitcoin's going to show us a new low. I do believe right now Bitcoin has a 15.5, 15.8K target, and it's going to fulfill it. It is 100% going to fulfill it. The weekly shows it. A 2-month wedge shows it. Bitcoin isn't just going to pump parabolically back to 26 or 28K. It's done with that. The most Bitcoin is going to do is retest its highs as possible, 23, 24K, and it's going to crash. If not, we're crashing now. So be very, very, very cautious with your trades. Do not get trapped. Watch the dollar and make sure you guys are using proper risk management. No 10x's, no 20x's. Be super, super careful unless you really, really know what you're doing. And I highly doubt that if you're watching YouTube videos. So God bless you guys. Be very, very safe. And we'll talk to you next time. God bless.